Welcome everybody to White Oak Estate and Gardens right here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I tell you, we're so happy to have you with Cooking with Friends, our segment that we do from time to time when friends stop in. And today I have Dr. Michael Casadaban with, I just call him Mike myself, but you know, you don't mind if I just call you
Call
Mike.
me anything, Chef.
As long as I call you for wine
That's
and
right.
steak.
That's right.
Anyway, this guy not only is a very close friend, he's the guy that takes care of my dentistry. See how pretty I look right here? This is my dentist. But at the same time, a great cook, a fabulous winemaker, and award-winning wines out of California. Welcome to.
Cheers, Chef. Thanks for having me.
Man, it's so nice to have you.
Again, this is always fun.
It's been a while since you've been here cutting up with us.
It has been a little while, but I tell you, this is a special segment, right? Not only do we have 3 rows wine for everybody here today, but I understand we have a little bit of meat.
Well, yeah, but and nothing goes better with meat than great wine. And you can have the best wine in the world. If you have bad meat, you're done, right?
That's right.
Today, I'm hitting 2 major home runs, guys, because not only do I have the best meat, I have the best wine as well. So, Michael, you know what? I'm going to throw something on the grill because we're doing, I'm sure you're going to talk about all of your wines, but look, have you ever seen anything like that? Take a look at that. Do you think we need some wine with that?
I think we do.
Okay.
And I think we've got a little story to go along with it. If you know me by now, right, I like my stories, and I'll tell you a little bit about 3 Rows Cabernet, which has been fantastic along the way, right, which you've been able to help me with. We worked on this project together, and truthfully, this started out as a passion. And Chef, I want everybody to know this passion is now in a glass. And the way this worked was that it was 3 friends going out to Napa Valley.
And that's where 3 Rows comes from, the name?
That's where it comes from,
right.
Chef. The label speaks for the story. And so the 3 Rows is representing 3 good friends who went out to Napa Valley, had a great time, and all we ever wanted was just to bring home and produce a good wine that we could bring back to friends and family and have them cherish a good stylistic wine. And so we did this. And truthfully, early on, it was nothing more than a hobby, which turned out into a full-time business. It's amazing.
But isn't that the way, I mean, great partnerships, great ventures, I mean, how many fabulous multi-million-dollar ventures just started out with 2 friends talking about it? I mean,
right.
It happens like that all the time. And so at some point in time, the passion of just drinking good wine and thinking about food and wine, you decided to go on out to Napa. And how did that connection take place where you were able to get into the winery, get into a winemaker? How did that happen? That seems, I wouldn't knock on somebody's door in Napa and say, here I am and I want to make wine. So how did you do that?
It was easy, and you hit the nail on the head. You know, whether it's surgery, whether it's business, whether it's wine, it all comes down to passion. And if you have that passion, you know it's in your heart. And when it's in your heart, it's going to be good. And so basically everybody, I think, saw that passion in our eyes, felt it when we were out there, and 4 years later, we're interviewing winemakers.
Wow.
Kent Jarman is our winemaker, and we have some of the finest fruit out of Napa Valley. And here it is in the glass for you today. So 3 rows.
Well, and I can tell y'all, you know, as a wine drinker and as a cab drinker myself, I really think it's one of the greatest home runs in wine that you could possibly put your hands on. 3 Rows is absolutely incredible. The name coming, of course, from the description he just gave you. But at the end of the day, you had to venture out and say, you know, I need to let the world know about this wine. It just didn't happen. You didn't buy some big television. How do you go from the idea, the passion, into the market?
You know, that was the hard part, Chef, and we never wanted a wine to be marketed for what it was not. We wanted this wine to be marketed for what it is. And that's the passion from us within that glass. And what we had to do is grow this slowly. We grew it 1 glass at a time, okay? You and I have talked about this.
Right.
And that is the truth. When you grow something slowly and you have that quality, then it starts to sell itself. And that's kind of where we are along this whole project. It is now starting to sell itself through word of mouth, but it started off with quality and a wonderful winemaker, Kent Jarman.
Well, Michael, we have about a minute and a half left to talk about how does somebody get this wine. Look, y'all, all I can say is this. Like the meat on this grill, this is the finest cab I've ever put in my mouth. And of course, I have restaurants. I have one of the top restaurants in New Orleans, and this is the best cab I've ever tasted. How does somebody get it?
Chef, everything is direct to consumer. So what we do is we do not put this in grocery stores. We do not have it in restaurants. because we do not use a distributor, but that's not because we don't want to.
Right.
It's just the fact that we end up selling our wine out every year. And so it's easy, so we don't need that push. And we prefer the market, or the direct-to-consumer market. So everybody just needs to get on the line, on the website, and it's 3rows.com. You can put in your order right there on the website, so 3rows.com. And we have several names that you can contact, including a director of sales. We also have an events coordinator, or contact me directly if you happen to know me personally.
And there's the label right there. And Michael, I'm showing the Cabernet, but look, we also have a couple others that Ryan's getting a nice tight on right there, some of your other wines as well. And as you say, one more time, how did he get in touch with you?
3rows.com.
3rows.com. And let me tell you what, get ready to place your second order, because once you taste it, forget about the meat. It's going to be sitting, drinking, waiting on that meat to cook. It's the best I've ever put in my mouth.
Cheers.